And we are live. Good evening, everyone. Or should I say good afternoon, or good morning, or good night?
Oh, yeah, true.
Wherever you are, wherever you may be. Welcome to NS Sports TV. My name is Nipun Sharma, your host. And today I'm joined by MCFC Daps to discuss the imminent transfer of Raheem Sterling back to his hometown. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm joined in here as well by a mosquito or a fly. I don't know where it is. I will catch it at some point during the show. And people, please don't treat me like Kurt Zuma and come for me. If I kill a fly or mosquito, please don't think that I'm being violent towards animals.
Of course not. You got to do what you got to do.
And I am
not promoting animal abuse on here by any way, shape, or form.
Anyway, how are you? Good day.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I've had a busy day.
Enjoying the off season.
I'm not enjoying. Am I enjoying the off season? I mean, it's not long to go. I can't wait to go to games again, to be honest with you. So.
Yeah, look, we don't have a tour in the UK, unfortunately.
Yeah. No, I think City are only playing two. I think City have only got two friendlies as well. To be fair, which is mad. I think you lot need more friendlies. I think you lot are going to need a lot of friendlies to try and get this new system working. But
of course, so I take it you are now. I take it you are now a permanent on the Big Six.
No. So, believe what Turkish said was that he is rotating us. So it's myself, Lewis from City Extra, and Huey. Hold tight, Huey and Lewis. We're rotating for the summer. Also, I would say, you know what, you might see a certain person pop back every now and again as well. And then I think at the end of the summer, before the season starts,
legend. That's certain.
Massive legend, absolute legend. Listen, I was a fan of his before he was a friend, and now he's a very good friend. But he's a legend, and do you know what it is? It's everything that he says is spot on to how we feel.
Exactly. Look, he's seen it all. He's seen it through the good times and the dark times.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever? He basically. I'm going to give him a shout out because he deserves it. Subscribe to Big Steve, everyone. Subscribe to him. Absolute legend of the football content.
He's also, he's a legend. I mean, we're not here to talk on Big C, but he's also a legend of a human being, and that's coming from me. Yeah, honestly,
course,
I'm not going to get deep into it, but he is a very good human being as well, and that
right.
Yeah.
I actually contacted. What's up? I contacted 3 Man City fans. Big Steve was one of them. To come on, I was like, whoever gets back to me first will be the one who I ask.
Oh, so that's why I'm. So what you're saying is that
that's why you're on, because you're the first one to say yes.
I mean, thanks for making me feel so privileged to being on, Nippon.
Of course.
Listen, Big C is kind of taking a bit of a break at the moment. But yeah. So at the end of the season, end of the summer, Turkish is gonna make a decision. If I'm being honest, I don't expect to get the role permanently, and I feel very privileged that I'm even put in that bracket. So it's what it is. Never a foul. That's where you can find me.
Look, man, you know what? On speaking of the Big Six, I saw the episode in which I don't know if you were the Man City rep at that time, in which Turkish was on holiday.
Yeah, I was.
And Grizz took over as temp. So, before we move on to the topic at hand, let's go through a few of the comments. Big up Elias. Big up James.
What's that, Elias?
Yep. I just said I'm waiting for you before I start the stream. Yep. All that good stuff. Road to 10Ks. Sorry, 10K. I wish. I wish. Road to 1K is in full swing.
It's the hardest road you go down, by the way.
I always thought, really? I thought the bigger one would be like 10K would be harder than 1K.
I mean, of course you have to get more, but what you got to remember is the way the algorithms work. If you're not getting many likes, you're not getting many views. The algorithms do not remotely F with you. The minute you get to a point where you're getting some views, you get more likes, you get more likes, you get more views, you get more views, you get more likes, you get more likes, you get more views, you get more views, you get more likes. So it's very simple maths. 1 + 1 is 2, 2 + 2 is 4, 4 + 4 is 8. 8 + 8 is 16. 16 + 16 is 32. 32 + 32 is 64. And then all of a sudden, the jump from 2-figure numbers to 3-figure numbers to 4-figure numbers gets a lot easier because it's just doubling. And it is. However, we also have to say a massive salute to Terry as well for hitting 250K. That is a massive achievement.
Big up, Terry. As in the terrace.
Yeah.
Big up, big up. I've been to his studio.
Yeah, I've been on there quite a few times.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm actually looking to expand my channel starting next season.
500K soon come.
Hopefully.
Aim big.
Yep. So
Raheem Sterling.
Yeah. Are you? A lot of City fans are sad that he's leaving. Are you one of them?
Are they? Are they?
I know. I've heard a few.
I mean, listen. This is you have to toe the line with this conversation as a City fan. I wouldn't say that I'm sad he's leaving.
Okay.
What I would say is that I've got massive respect for him, and I would thank him for everything he's done for us. I'm sad he's joining a potential Champions League rival. You're not going to be a Premier League rival, so I'm not going to.
Look, I've already said, so long as Klopp, I've said it on so many shows. I'm one of the most realistic. You know, like put it this way: if Arsenal have league honor, then Chelsea have me. Put it that way. Big up league honor.
Hold tight, Lee. Hold tight, Lee. Hold tight, Northside and Lee. But as far as City's point of view, I don't think many City fans are sad that he's going. What I would say is I think some City fans will be sad if we don't replace him.
That's what I was trying to point out.
Right. And I think most City fans are respectful of what he's done for our club. And the ones that aren't should be respectful for what he's done for our club.
Do you agree with Daniel on this comment, by the way? Coming from a neutral perspective.
Yeah, do you know what? There's another neutral. One of my friends is outside at the moment, Hold Tight Mario, who used to run our Arsenal channel last year. He's a gooner. And he's a big Sterling fan, and he was saying how much Sterling's disrespected. Ultimately, exactly that. He instantly improves Chelsea. And I think he does. My one comment.
Well, you know how everyone goes around saying, "Oh, Harry Kane this, Harry Kane that." Make no mistake about it. Sterling was our best player at the Euros.
Bro, Sterling, yeah. Even if we go back to 2016, I think it was. What was that? Was that the Euros?
Yeah. In which we got embarrassed by.
Yeah. And then Sterling became the scapegoat, right? He wasn't our worst player that season, that tournament, but he became our scapegoat just because. I mean, that's just the thing is Sterling said himself he's a proud, confident black man, and he doesn't need to answer to the media. So if the media say stuff about him, whereas other people fight back, he doesn't. He's like, water off my back. The only time he fights back is when the media goes at younger black players. Then he'll fight back because He doesn't need to. So they get away with continuing to report the crap that they report. Raheem Sterling is a hard-working, one of the hardest working footballers. He's a footballer that listens to his manager. He's a footballer that adapts to what his manager says. He's developed under Pep because he listens to Pep. Now, what I would say is, yes, he instantly improves Chelsea. But I would say that with him, you get with him right now, without a striker, you're getting a 200 grand a week player. But you're paying him 300 grand a week. If you want to get a 300 grand a week player out of Raheem Sterling, you need to go and buy a striker. Otherwise, you're getting a 200 grand a week Sterling.
100%. Which is what. Look, I've already conceded.
Well, there we go. Daniel's just said it. Spot on, Daniel. Daniel, you're spot on.
Yeah. I've already conceded that the Premier League is going to be a two-horse race between you guys and Liverpool. The best.
But that doesn't mean you won't be a rival in the Champions League, and that's my issue with selling him to you.
Of course. But do you not think when we faced each other in the final, he was a bit off?
Oh no, that right. So everyone always, when we talk on that game, everyone always goes back to the fact that Fernandinho didn't start. Right, that's the go-to. But the fact is, Sterling, not just that game, but Sterling up to that game, his form had been very, very bad. He played, and let's be honest, Reece James absolutely pocketed him the whole game. It was only when Foden came on for, I think, maybe the last 20 minutes that we started getting a little bit of success down that side. But it is what it is. Players have form. That game, Sterling did not have a good game. But we can't just, Sterling's numbers, even when I'm talking about a 200 grand Sterling, his numbers are good. What I'm saying is, if you want to get that 300 grand a week, Sterling, get a striker and then watch the space that Sterling finds when you've got a striker pulling defenses all over the place and other runners in the box. Sterling will drop back and Sterling will score a lot of goals if you get a striker. I hope you don't, to be frank with you, because...
Of course. Look, in an ideal world, I would have hoped you guys don't get Erling Haaland, but here we are.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's banter at the end of the day.
But you are getting you're getting, and there's other qualities that he brings as well. He's won 4 Premier Leagues for starters, so he's got a winning mentality. It isn't spoken about much, but he is one of City's 5 deputies. So City always operate. They have their main captain, their club captain, and then you've got the 5 seniors that can also potentially wear the armband. Sterling, for several years, has been in that 5. Sterling has worn the armband, and predominantly when he wears the armband, we get good results. He's a massive leader to younger players. Massive leader to younger players. And it's not one of these ones where he's shouting and very vocal. It's just he's a winner. He's someone that people look up to. The media will never portray him in that way, but it's factual. And you've got someone also that knows how to play systems. So,
Vaughan says,
yeah.
You're on Twitch as well, Daps?
No, I'm not on Twitch, but I do a Love Island watch along with Matisse and Ransom Bants every night, except for Saturdays.
Oh, yeah. Forgive me.
It's on Matisse's Twitch. Hold tight, Matisse.
Yeah, big up Matisse. Yeah.
Are you happy with the Sterling signing?
I am actually. Initially, I was like, oh, City selling some of their sloppy seconds, but then I saw the whole thing saying that Sterling was the one asking for the move and not Pep putting him out.
Bro, listen, anyone that says I don't believe there's a player in City's team that I would call, maybe Zach Stefan, maybe. Apart from that, I'm not really having many of our players as sloppy seconds, because if you go and look at anyone's game time, Man City, even if you're not regular, because we actually only have probably about 4 or 5 players that are nailed down every game. Maximum. Sterling contributed in 47 games last season. 47, right? That's not sloppy seconds. He's
Of course not.
He's Manchester City's 10th highest goal scorer of all time. He's Pep Guardiola's highest goal scorer of all time while at Manchester City. He's Pep Guardiola's 3rd highest goal scorer at all clubs, right? Raheem Sterling is not Manchester City's sloppy seconds. But you know what? Sometimes it gets to a point where you've been at a club, you've contributed enough, and you need a change. And ultimately, right now, Bernardo Silva wants to go home or wants to go back to that part of the world, right?
Oh, the Iberian coastline, basically.
But we're not ready for that yet. So we'll try and get, I think, 1 more year out of him. And then he will probably go. Gundogan next summer, he wants to move on. So he'll go. Same happened with many a player. And when it gets to that time, if City feel they need to keep him, they'll do everything to keep him. With Raheem Sterling, it's got to the point now where if Raheem Sterling stayed, and this is what I believe, going into this transfer window this summer, Manchester City did not need to or feel that, right, Mendy, Man City, they were releasing him. No ifs, no buts, no maybes. They wanted him gone, right?
Of course. If you have a criminal record.
No. Irrelevant to that, because I believe he actually didn't. I believe he might have actually bust case. Irrelevant to that. Before any of that came up, he was gone. Unfortunately, he signed a long-term contract when we got him, right? Longer than most. Irrelevant to any of the law stuff, before any of that came out, his contract was never going to be extended. The game time we've got out of him compared to is just not acceptable. So he was always going, right? Bernardo Silva, we need to keep. So I think we'll keep him. Raheem Sterling and Jesus, I don't think City were adamant they wanted to get rid of either of them. But I think at the same time, it's with players that have a year left on their contracts, haven't signed a new contract yet, looking maybe like they want more than we're willing to pay them. Sterling, I think with Jesus, maybe it's more a case of he deserves game time and wants game time.
The World Cup's coming up and he wants to stay in the country.
Yeah. And I think it was ultimately like if Sterling stayed at City, he'd still play probably 35 games next season at very least. Alongside Haaland, he could get back to his best numbers. So I don't think it's a case of City wanted to sell him, but I think it's a case of Chelsea offered an amount of money and Sterling wants to go and City don't need him to stay anymore. So it's a kind of makes sense to everyone. Will it make sense to Sterling? That's the key.
Well, he is homesick and he is a London boy and he grew up in that area of London around the
I mean technically if we're working out postcodes, he should probably be playing for Arsenal. He's from northwest London. He's from I believe it's Stonebridge. I think it is Stonebridge or Wembley, one of the two. Northwest, that's predominantly an Arsenal area.
But if you look at in terms of what stadium is nearer.
Oh, but that's no. I get that. But stadium nearer, but it's I mean, if we're talking stadium nearer, then he could have gone and played for Halston or something. But
you know what I mean in terms of
no, I know what you mean. I think going back to London, I think the key where he picked Chelsea over other people is that he's still getting Champions League football.
Look,
I think that's the key.
I think the deluded Guna. Do you know deluded Guna?
Yeah, I did a show with him.
Yeah, I'm big up to him. He summed it up perfectly on his stream. Like he said something like Arsenal. Like what will you get? Like I mean, he basically made fun of his own club. Tottenham. Well, they're Antonio Conte, but they're still Tottenham. And then you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no. I think that's it. I think if we would have offered him what he wanted, I think he would have stayed.
I do.
But I think maybe he knows that his game time is going to get shorter. There's certain things that happen in it. So firstly, the fact on the left, we do have Grealish and Foden. But the other thing that is quite important is we've got Haaland coming in, right? We're going to have Cucurella coming in. If we have Haaland and Cucurella, we potentially will play the way we used to play under Pep. In a way, when Mendy was fit, we would play Mendy on the left defense. We would never play Sane wide left because it was too much width, right? So if that is the case, Sterling would not play, because if Cucurella comes in, he's going to be a starter on the left, and I think whoever's playing wide left up top will probably get dropped and will play. That comment there, I can't see Haaland playing over 25 league matches next season. Like I said, most City players play between 35 and 50 games a season, because we're in every competition. Haaland this is a beauty. I love that everyone's talking about Haaland, and everyone can keep talking about Haaland, and Alvarez can come in through the back door and he can pick up when Haaland doesn't play. So no one knows what we're getting with Haaland. All I know is that everyone wanted him and we got him. He chose our club, so that's all we know. He's a goal scoring monster. He's a sexy, robotic Viking bastard, and he chose Manchester City over every other club in the world. And that is all I know. So
look, and you know what? I'm so happy I'm so oh god. Oh, I've lost my words.
So I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Please smash a like. There's some words for you, people. 13 of you in here. Please hit the like button. It helps out the channel massively. And subscribe if you haven't already.
So yeah, I've renewed my membership with Chelsea, so I might go to their first game of the season, or their first home game, which is we host Tottenham.
Oh, really? First game of the season?
No, not first game of the season. First home game.
Home game. All right,
first
still quite early. Okay.
Is Everton at Goodison Park.
Okay, still second game of the season then, is it? That's still quite early doors.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I expect Raheem Sterling to go straight into your team and start straight away.
I do too.
Yeah. His fitness is undeniable as well. I just honestly, I'm interested to see how you lot play. I'm interested to see how you play with him. Because I think Havertz through the middle with Raheem Sterling won't work.
Look, he is too cool signing at the end of the day, so I think he will play quite a lot. Because the thing with Lukaku is, who do you think? I'm probably going to say,
I've got one for you.
I'm probably going to say.
See if you say the same as me. Mine's already locked in my head.
Biggest flop.
And this is only off the top of my head. If I deep it, there might be other ones, but for me, it's go on.
I honestly think it's going to be Frankie de Jong if he signs for Man United.
I feel like Frankie de Jong signing for Man United, and this is coming from a City fan, I would love to come on here and just slaughter them just for the fun of it. But as I'm feeling quite level-headed today, I feel like with Frankie de Jong and with anyone joining Man United this summer, I'm not going to judge him for a season because they've got so much going on there. Ten Hag needs to get used to this league before we can even look. It took Pep a season to get up to speed with this league. We won nothing in his first season. That's probably the only time we've won nothing in about 10 years. I'm gonna. Although I've listened to what other people have said and I've taken it on board, I'm gonna stand firm and say that I think that Richarlison is going to be a flop.
I think so. You know who I think will maybe potentially, but I think.
Oh, Nunes is another one. Nunes. Now, I'm not going to put that pressure on.
No,
Nunes
I don't think Nunes. No, he's just saying
alone.
that because he supports Man United. To be fair,
do you know what? Oh, hold on. When they said, was that question who was the biggest signing flop or the biggest flop?
This summer's.
So that's the signing. That's the signing, really, because there's other people that I think need to have big seasons as well. Quite a few people that need to have big seasons. I think Donny van der Beek has to have a huge season.
I think Donny van der Beek is an nailed-on starter.
Yeah, but this is the thing. I just said, to be fair, I did just say anyone for Man United, we need to give Ten Hag a season. But I think based on the fact that Donny van der Beek he wasn't even playing enough at Everton, right? And then he's going to, T-Boy, you're spot on. That's exactly why I said it, bro. I think, sorry, what T-Boy just said there, I'll move back to Donny in a minute, but what T-Boy TV just said there about Richarlison, that's my view. Richarlison is gone to Tottenham to try and cement his place in the Brazilian World Cup squad. Tottenham have one of the best front threes in world football at the moment. And Richarlison, I don't believe, will be starting every game. And if you're not starting every game, you want to be... He won't be. Bro, you can't tell he's going to push. So if he doesn't start every game and he's trying to push for that place on the plane, right? Jesus is going to start. Jesus is going to start every game for Arsenal. Okay. Rafinha, if Rafinha goes to Barca or Chelsea, he's probably going to start every game, right? If Richarlison's spending his time on the bench, he's going to get pissed off.
But I'm pretty sure he wouldn't. I mean, I'm pretty sure he knew he wasn't going to start when he signed that contract. He knew he was going to be number 2 to Harry Kane.
Yeah.
He knew he was going to be number 2.
Maybe he did. I mean, there's a few things. Maybe he did. Maybe Conte actually has a plan, and maybe he's going to start every game.
Look,
I'm waiting to see. I'm wrong on a lot of things. I'm just saying that's my opinion. I think Richarlison
there's one manager that can get a tune out of a shit player. It's Antonio Conte. I mean, he won the league with us when and he played Marcus Alonso and Victor Moses as wing backs.
Yeah, spot on. That's Richarlison. As for Donny van der Beek, I think with him, the one thing that United fans have kind of stood by is that they want to see Donny van der Beek given some game time, and they think that he'll rise to it. So, like you just said, he will be a starter under Ten Hag. He has to have a good season, otherwise, everything United fans have been saying about him is void. Lovely garden you've got there, Nippon, must say.
Yeah, I was just trying to
stunt on me, ain't you? Trying to stunt on me, showing me your garden. Very nice, lovely. You've even got stripes. You've even got stripes in your lawn. Where are you? Wimbledon.
No, I was just trying because my mum was in the background, so I just wanted to take the background away.
Okay, hold tight, Nippon's mum.
Yeah, big up.
And sensational lawn mowing in the background.
Richarlison might be the... No, he wouldn't, because Victor Moses was wing back. Richarlison is an inside forward. Champions League.
What else do we need to talk about, Nippon?
Well, oh God, bots. Put user in time.
Now, Thunderbolt isn't a bot.
No.
Oh, yes. Oh, they've expired. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. You've got quite a few mods in here, so this should be on top of that.
Are you logged into your Never a Foul account? Let me make Never a Foul a mod.
Yeah, we are indeed, actually. I am here.
Right.
Wax Online. Here we go. Mods, come on. There's like about 10 of you in here, so this should be quite easy. Thank you. There we go. Listen, the bots help the channel. YouTube loves every single bit of interaction. Okay, so the bots love the channel. So thank you to the bots. The only problem is if you've got subscriber mode turned on, don't get excited if you get a load of subscribers because they're usually bots.
Oh God. Shoot. Anyway. Put user in timeout. So many of them, honestly. I wish I turned on the subscriber only mode. Right.
Yeah. Then they'll create accounts and your subscriber list will go up.
Right. Did you start this Never a Foul channel?
So Never a Foul is myself, Ty, who runs Trafford Tunnel. Actually, no, let me go back. Never a Foul, Trafford Tunnel, and Feed the Goat, all three of them. So Never a Foul is the main one, that's generic. Trafford Tunnel, Man United, Feed the Goat, Manchester City, are all owned and run by myself, Ty, and Soups. So Soups who's here. Soups does all the graphics, and then me and Ty are the main hosts. And then we've got Kat.
The one from AFTV.
No. Ty, who runs Trafford Tunnel. You will have seen him before. 100%.
Oh,
he does quite a lot with Saeed, Statman Baines, Hadj, who's on Twitch. He does a lot with. So it's us three.
Yeah, I'm not putting slow mode on because it slows down the algorithm, but I'm going to put sub only mode on.
Yeah.
Oh
well, at least you got to a point. Listen, when the mods start creating accounts with Nippon, then you've made it, bro.
Oh, I have a few bot accounts of my own now, do I? Look, I live rent free in people's heads. If people make bot accounts of me, they know I've made it. Right. Anyway.
Right.
So, well, this is an episode of Let's Talk Transfers. So, I am going to be talking about more. I always put the big. For example, when I did another transfer episode, I did Salah signs, but I talked about other transfers as well.
So you want to talk to me about more than Sterling?
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts? So, I want to talk to you more about Man City. Who do you think Man City will sign as a replacement, or do you have one already?
I don't think we need to sign a replacement. I don't think it's essential. I think if you're talking wide left, then you can play Grealish there. You can play Foden there. You could even, to be fair, you could play Bernardo Silva there. However, I actually think this season we might not play the same formation, so I don't think that's necessarily required. If you're talking Sterling on the right, then you can play Mahrez there, you can play Foden there, you can play Cole Palmer there.
Do you think you guys will promote Cole Palmer though?
Oh, he's already 100%. He was already part of our squad last season. He's just got injured at the end of the season. Cole Palmer will feature more this season, 100%. Very confident of that.
Do you see him as a surprise call up by Gareth Southgate?
He'd have to have a very good, very good opening couple of months. I think that's it. I think it's a bit of a big call. Look, Cole Palmer, when he played last season, he looked very exciting. He's got a lot of confidence, a lot of self-confidence. But I think to get into the Southgate, I think that could be a tall ask, to be honest with you.
Yeah, more of a pipe dream.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think he's still probably England under 21 kind of level yet for now. Can't be expecting. I mean, from Foden isn't necessarily, he is a nailed-on squad player, but he isn't a nailed-on starter. I don't think we can be talking Cole Palmer on that level just yet. But I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see more of Cole Palmer. I'm excited to see more of McAtee as well.
Yeah. Do you see him making a step up to the senior squad?
Oh no! What, Cities?
Yeah, McAtee.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. He'll be part of the squad. He was part of the squad last season as well, but he will play more. But again, I don't expect him to play. I expect him to probably start playing most of our Carabao Cup games, maybe some FA Cup games. But yeah, I wouldn't say he's not going to be a major player for us next season. He's just been called up to the England under 21s for the first time, so We will see, but he's a player to watch. They're the two players to watch.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, as far as Raheem Sterling replacement, I think we've been talking about. I think there's been rumours of Gnabry, which I'd be happy with because it was a good. The price for Gnabry is quite good. But I don't. I have a feeling when Sterling goes, I have a feeling we might not replace him. To be honest with you. And I'd be fine with that. If Ake goes, I'd want us to get a replacement for Ake.
Yeah, who have you got in mind though?
I don't know. If I'm being honest with you, I think Ake is the one that doesn't make too much sense. Because
yeah, you know what? Thanks to the bots, I now have 33 likes.
That mosquito's doing my nutting. I feel like all the transfer business we're doing this summer makes sense. Ake, yes, Jaminio, hope you're good, brother. Ake doesn't make sense, and I feel like City probably don't really want to have to go into the market looking for another centre back. I mean, if I could have anyone, I'd say I'd probably take Fofana.
Oh no! What about Gleason Raymer from Torino?
I don't know. Right, I don't know enough about him. I don't watch enough Italian football, and also I think any defender coming to the Premier League without Premier League experience is a risk. I'm not saying it won't work out, but I think Fofana's
Ruben Diaz worked.
Well, it did. Mangala didn't. So if we want to do what did work, what didn't work, I get it. I'm saying it's a risk. Diaz worked. Mangala didn't. Otamendi, it did after about 3 seasons. But I always find central defenders coming from abroad is a risk. If I could, I'd get a Premier League experienced defender. But I'd rather we don't sell Ake, to be honest with you.
Do you think it could become a massive miss for you guys if you end up selling him but not replacing him?
Yeah, it could. We saw it this season. We were at the end of the season. We were playing a 37-year-old Fernandinho at centre back because of injuries, and we don't have a 38-year-old Fernandinho this year. If we then get rid of Ake and don't replace him, yeah, it could be a miss. It's a massive risk. Mbete, who's a young player, has just signed a 5-year contract, but I don't think that he's going to be enough to. I think if we sell Ake, we will get a replacement, but I don't think we really want to have to go out there. So I think you'd have to pay. I think you'd have to pay 50 million, to be honest with you, to get Ake.
Nice. Look, I'm just going to trust what the manager wants.
Absolutely.
Because, look, if the manager wants Harry Maguire, I don't care.
Oh no, you don't trust that. You don't want him.
But
it's
hey,
the one thing not to trust.
Southgate got a tune out of him somehow. When? In the World Cup.
Once upon a time.
In the Euros, no? Daps.
Did he get a tune out of him, really? What do you think that when you watched that tournament, were you thinking, fucking hell, England was sensational defensively?
No.
There we go. So he didn't get a tune out of him. He just happened to be playing for a team that got through to the final.
Maguire, as much as I trust Tuchel, I don't get. Is he going to be a bench player though? Is he going to be a bench player though, Daniel? Honestly, think if we sign him, our back three will be a Rudiger's replacement, Thiago Silva, and Nathan Ake.
I think that, the question is to you guys: do you play 3 at the back or 2 at the back?
That's the question, honestly, because 2 at the back. Okay. I just saw what was in the private chat, so
cool.
Let's just let's just talk over the other things. Like we've spoken about Chelsea. What other business do you think Man City will do this season?
I think we'll get Cucurella over the line. I think that will happen. I think we'll probably still have one or two more young players go out. Okay. We're selling a lot of young players this summer with buybacks and sell-on fees. I think that will continue to happen. If Ake goes, I think we will replace him. If Sterling goes, that's the interesting one. When Sterling goes, he's going to go. When Sterling goes, I'm intrigued. I would love us to replace him. I'd love Gnabry. I think Gnabry would be sensational for us, but that doesn't mean we will do it. I don't know. But the same as what you just said. I trust everything that happens at my football club. I trust is done for a reason. They've only done one thing that I was against, and that was the Super League. And they were the first team to pull out. And in Khaldoon's interview that he does at the end of every single season, he came out and said, "We made a mistake. And it's not, this is what we've heard." He said, "We've seen it." He said, "Made a mistake, didn't read the room, and it will not happen again." So with me, I trust everything that our board and our manager does.
You go to the protest in the Etihad?
Nah.
I went to the Stamford Bridge protest.
Nah, bro. It's a weekday, and I live 2 hours away from Manchester. There wasn't really much of a protest at City, to be honest with you. We were out very early. We were the first out. It was.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I'll be 100 with you. From what I've read, City and Chelsea were backed into a corner.
I think, we were the first two teams to pull out.
Yeah, it was. We were backed into a corner. Look, I don't want to get into this, but there is politics in football, especially in English football, and there's a lot of American owners in English football, and the American owners, until recently, have been very much in bed with the legacy teams of Europe, who we all know who they are. And I believe that it was pretty much put to City and Chelsea that if you don't get involved, then fine, like you're going to be out of the way. And I think they just said, you know what, we have to. The fact that both of them were the first two teams to pull out were the two teams that weren't American owned. Read whatever the hell you want into it.
Either. Joe Lewis is English.
True, but I hear you. I hear you on that. That's a fair point. But Tottenham, right? What you just said there though, and it is a good point. They aren't American owned, but Chelsea and Manchester City, right, have every right to be put in the Super League. Yeah, you've won 2 Champions Leagues in the last 10 years?
Yeah,
possibly less than 10 years. We've won 6 Premier Leagues in the last 10 years. We've reached the final of the Champions League and 3 semi-finals, I believe it is now, in the last 5 years. 6 years, sorry. We win most we've won the Carabao Cup countless times, the FA Cup. We have every right, Chelsea and Manchester City have every right to be put in the Super League. Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool, American owned, but also legacy-wise, and I'm not meaning Europe. Liverpool in Europe, Man United and Arsenal in the Premier League, and also
Man United in Europe as well.
No, agreed. But I'm even meaning recently, but 100%. Liverpool and Man United are the elite. If we're talking over long-term, legacy-wise, the one team that doesn't necessarily fit the exact mold of getting in the Super League is Tottenham. Right, and so they ain't gonna make no noise. They're not gonna fight back. If the rest of Europe is saying Super League, then Tottenham aren't gonna be going, no, we don't want to go in the Super League. Tottenham should be the people at the window looking in, wanting to be in the Super League, and they got in there. So they're gonna stay very quiet and hope that no one noticed that they're in that room. Whereas City and Chelsea could have pushed back, and I believe
all 6 of our teams were outraged.
Yeah, I don't think. I disagree. Oh, the fans, did you say?
Fans.
Yeah.
You and me.
Yeah. Oh, agreed. I mean, listen, if they did it correctly, I'm not mad at it. But ultimately, if there's anything that stops us from playing in our national league, I'm out.
Me too.
And that's it.
I'd rather
The other side, there were some bits of it.
That happened.
And also the fact that it's the same 6 teams every year. Not cool with that. The other bits, I'm not so bothered about everything else. But ultimately, I think every single team should have the right to be promoted into it. And the minute we're not playing domestic football, I'm out. I'm completely out. Not involved one bit.
Fair enough. So yeah,
it will come back though. It will come back.
Yeah, I think they'll make it right though for some reason. But yeah, in terms of Chelsea, I think we will somehow get Ake and another defender over the line. I think we will also get another attacker. And
I think you need a forward.
Yeah, me too. So
you need a forward.
So yeah. Anyway, thanks for coming on.
No, thank you for having me. And everyone watching this, please make sure you smash a like. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel and keep watching all of the great content.
And also, if you haven't subscribed to Never a Foul, do so. And
we've got a show tonight actually at 10 o'clock, which is on Never a Foul, 10 o'clock. Join us and you'll see what the content is about. I'll leave it as that. But it's a good subject.
1 second. Oh. Yep. So yeah, check the private chat. And also I need to talk to you after I end the stream.
Okay, cool.
You okay with that, Daps?
Yeah. I've only got 1 or 2 minutes, but yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So yeah, yeah, thanks for coming on. As always, hopefully it's not the last time.
No. Shout me whenever.
So yeah, with that being said, the final like count is 34 likes, thanks to a few spammers. You massively improved me, even though you can be annoying. But yeah, before we end, please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on the bell notifications if you haven't already. And with that being said, we shall see you all in the next video.
And the channel is Never a Foul.
Laters.